the Philadelphia Eagles win 2 games in a row, beat the Giants 28-3. Kaz, I know as an Eagles fan, we have been itching for a blowout, itching for us to see glimpses of that Super Bowl team. What did that Super Bowl team have, Kaz? A great not even a great secondary. They had a great defensive line. 3-4 sacks a game. We were close to setting the sack record. And how many sacks do we get on Sunday? We got 8 sacks or 6 sacks?
I think we had 6. I know.
6.
Well, I think the Georgia Bulldogs combined for 6. I believe it was between.
Yeah, no, Sweat. So I think we might have gotten 8. I think we might have gotten 8. Because I know Sweat got one.
Because Josh Sweat, Sweat had one.
Sweat got one. So I didn't know if it was 6 or 8. Because I did see the Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah. That's all I kept seeing was 6, 6, 6. So that's where I got that from.
I think we got 8. At least 6, but I think we got 8.
But to see that performance, Cass, yes, everyone in the comments is going to say, Kevin, it's the Giants. No one thinks the Giants are going to be any good. But for us to go out here and put up a performance like this, Cass, what were your thoughts?
I'm glad it happened. I still would like for it to be more offensively dominant. Toddy. I would still prefer, this is me just being picky, I'd much rather see a dominant performance entirely on offense, not from one guy. Well, there was 2, but you know what I mean. Okay. I would like to see, I don't care, man. I want to see 3 touchdowns, 280, no picks, maybe 1 sack, and win in that fashion versus Saquon handling freaking business. Obviously, we're destroying the Giants just all around on the ground, which is awesome. AJ Brown, big touchdown, you know what I'm saying, which is awesome. I'll take it. I can't be too picky, man. I'll take it. I'm not unhappy about it. I just know there's more to this team. Even worse than 28-3. I'm serious. Like there's more to this team than a 28-3 blowout against the Giants. Okay. I would much rather this game be 17-40 than 28-3, if that makes any sense. Okay. Again, I'd much rather be 17-40 instead of 28-3 Eagles win with a cut. You know what I'm saying? I want that. I want to see that. So it needed to happen. These games until we get a good lead on the division. Okay, I understand Jaden Daniels hurt. Okay, it doesn't matter because if we stick around too close to the Cowboys and they get lucky and win a few games, then we end up in the same position we're always in. Where it's like, oh God, who loses this week 15, and who wins? And all of a sudden, we end up on the ladder end of it, and it's like we're losing, and the Cowboys win out. So I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay, I want 8-2. I want 10. I want that so bad. So we had that cushion. So I would say I'm definitely glad that it happened. It was a must win. I did have us winning by 2 for some reason because the way we've been playing the last couple of weeks. I'm like, the Giants are for sure going to cover that 2.5 point spread. I think it was 2.5 or 3.5. I can't remember. I think it was 2.5 points, but it might have changed. But I remember saying for sure, the Giants are going to cover the spread, and I was dead wrong. So I was glad. It was a dominant win. We needed it, and that's all that matters. So 99.9% very happy with that performance, and we continue to own the Giants annually. So
truth be told, we are 12-1 when Jalen Hurts has no turnovers. When was that last game you asked that we did lose? Well, the last game was the 12-1. The one game was against the Bucs last season in the playoffs. Yeah. The last 2 games, he has had 5 touchdowns, 378 yards, 67 completion rate, 0 turnovers, like I said, 123.7 passer rating. He is going out there and doing what we expected all offseason, Kaz. What do we hear? He's gone so many passes without an interception. He's done this. He's done that. You have to like Kaz mentioned, you have to watch the game. Against the Buccaneers, we have Johnny Wilson. we have Jahan Dotson. We have Brian Covey. We have Pierre Campbell. We have Paris Campbell, excuse me. Yeah. We have so much going on. But now that we got our 2 guys back, we don't have Dallas Goedert back, but Caltera is coming and making a tear. He is, that tight end room is one man goes down, the next man up. That is how our tight end room is. But to see this defense go out there and do their thing was lovely. Yes, everyone wants to talk about how many sacks we gave up offensively. We talk about this offensive line. When you have a Pro Bowl player in Jordan Mailata go down, and Frank Johnson, you know, no shame to him, because when we needed him to show up in the Packers game, he did. This is Brian Burns. All right? Brian Burns is no slump. So for him to go out there and do what he did shows a lot. Everyone wants to say that this Eagles offense is slow, Kevin. They're not putting up points. We lead the league in NFL and plays over 40 yards with 9. So you can say we're not explosive, but every couple games you're gonna see a couple go balls, whether it's Devontae Smith or it's AJ Brown or it's Devontae Smith taking a drag route 45 yards. We've seen that before as well. For Saquon to have 10.4 rushing yards per carry, we're never going to lose a game like that. Never. We're never going to lose a game like that. When your defense is playing the way they are, only giving up 3 points, overall, I understand the hatred Saquon went into that game with. He saw them burning his jersey, and he said, I was ready for 3rd and 1. And to an Eagles fan, I said, you ready to push Jalen? You're not going to run the ball. 3rd and 1, we're push tushing. But I understood what he meant by it. He was fired up. But as an Eagles fan, I was like, yeah, man, I don't think that's how this is going to work. But Vic Fangio has come in week after week and shown out. The last 2 games, we have not allowed a touchdown. So everyone can say this offense is not playing great, but this defense is playing phenomenal. We're seeing Nolan Smith. This is why teams get guys like Brett. We don't give up on guys like Brandon Graham, because he was also a first-round pick that was slow to develop, and look what he turned out to be. Without Brandon Graham, do we get that strip sack in the Super Bowl? So we understand that it's going to take some time to develop. First-round pick, Jordan Davis. You see Nolan Carter. You want instant return on your investment. You see Jalen Carter do it. Why can't these other guys do it?
Right.
They got to take time, and they got to simmer. Nakobe Dean, everyone wanted him. He's a Georgia guy. It should translate. Now look at him. Yes, he was dealing with injuries. We brought in Devin White, and everyone said, who is Nakobe Dean? We're bringing in Devin White because of who he is. Not on top of that, on our secondary, since Cooper DeJean has been in our slot, he has been the highest rated defender on the Eagles defense these past 2 weeks.
Yeah, he stepped up big time.
So he is stepping up big time. He is locking that up, and he's returning punts for 15, 20 yards. Cooper DeJean is an animal, and that's just one of our rookies. I didn't even get to Quinyon Mitchell. This dude, he has been making play after play. You know what? The only thing I would say about him, we got to start catching these balls, man. We got to get to the
right?
These are not 5 picks. You know, you'd have been dropping. I know, it's a rookie. You get big headed. You see the ball coming, and I understand. But as an Eagles fan, we need to start turning this up. But last thing I'm going to say about this Philadelphia Eagles team, AJ Brown, versus single coverage this year, 16 catches, 16 targets, 16 catches, 325 yards, 3 touchdowns.
He can't be guarded.
He can't be guarded one-on-one. And no. Jalen Hurts come out there and said, it's just the confidence that he has. Well, he knows when you guard him one-on-one, check. Let's do it. I'm talking 4th and 1, Kaz. I'm thinking, all right, we're going to run the ball. There's no reason to pass. It's 4th and 1. We've been running. Saquon's been doing his thing. Nick, you're not going to fuck this up. Go ball, Kaz, in the air. I'm like, fuck. There's no way. We needed 1 yard, and we're throwing it 40 yards down the field. No way. But you know what? It worked out.
Very ballsy. Very ballsy.
And AJ Brown is doing his thing. Unfortunately, Toddy is in the comments. Why are you guys dogs against the Bengals? Why are we the dogs against the Bengals, guys?
I mean, we're on the road for 1. For 2, I mean, the Bengals 115 2-point dogs this Sunday in Cincy. Yeah. I mean, we're first off. You got to give the home field just the swing. We all know that. Secondly, the Bengals. I mean, they are starting to find their groove right now. I mean, they started off looking like they weren't going to be a playoff team, but I mean, it's never happened. I think it's never happened in the history of NFL to start off like 0-3 and make the playoffs. I'm not mistaken, whatever it is. But it's like, well, the Cleveland Browns are in shambles. Pittsburgh, I mean, they're obviously a good team, but we don't know how good they really, really are. You know what I mean? And then you got the Ravens, obviously. As for the rest of the AFC, it's like, I mean, dude, you're seeing teams like the Texans lose games. You know what I'm saying? Not having as great a season as they are. Miami Dolphins are shambles. Obviously, Patriots are trash. Look at the whole AFC East. It's like, are we going to say that these are teams that are going to 100% like just have a free pass to the playoffs if they don't win their division? I think that is a lot more open than what people think. So, and with them having the receiving core they're having, and Jamar Chase playing the way he's playing, and Joe Burrow playing the way he's playing, it's like I would say 2 points. I think 1 point would be more, comparable. I wouldn't say that we needed to be favorites on the road, though. No, I'm cool with that.
It is
because we're not. Yeah, we're not. Well, here's the thing, though. Like I said, outside of us beating the Giants the way that we did, like we haven't been like doing what the Ravens have been doing or other teams have been doing, where it's like, oh, they're handling teams. So I get it. It's not a big deal. Now, do I think that that's going to be the end result is us not covering a 2-point spread? No. But I can respect that. We're on the road. We're going to Cincy, and it's really hard to streak together a bunch of wins. If we win this game, that's big. It's huge. So, at some point, every dog has its day. I'm not sure if our dogs that we played have already had their day, that being like the Falcons or the Buccaneers, which the Buccaneers are not dogs. Maybe that was us having our bad days. Now we're going to go on a huge streak, but I don't mind ever being dogs on the road when a team, especially when a team comes off of a win. Sorry.